That's what I did when I started Landlord. I would just, anyone who asked, I would just mod them because I didn't know of anybody. Or I didn't know anything and I didn't know anybody. Prophet Death, a year we've been together. Oh god, I gotta be careful. I only have one heart. I gotta focus for a second. Look how tiny your body is. Thank you so much, Prophet Death. I appreciate it. It does sound about right, Grizz. I think we'll start to see more of that, though. We're already seeing more of it. Streamers that their mods. I mean, Zeke flew a bunch of his mods out to TwitchCon, things like that. I think you're gonna start to see more of that. I mean, streamers expect their mods to be there so often and give them nothing in return. Except that sword. That's a lot to ask of anybody. My mom was a nurse. She always used to tell me testicles had value. Every time we'd go to the doctor's office, she'd be like, well, you ready, boys? Let's sell one. Yeah, quite a few mods get some sort of reimbursement for their work, because it is a lot. And I think we're finally realizing it as streamers, but I mean, streamers have managers now, and it's big business. There's no doubt about it. Streaming has become big business for a lot of people. And the idea of just letting your community control itself when you're talking about your profession is crazy, unless you're, you know, at that level of lyric or something where we say it's uncontrollable. $2.69 from the sleep within. I thought Grizz already had both of those in a nice moose leather sack. I don't think so. I can always feel my testicles. That's weird. I just thought about how I can feel that my testicles are there. That's gonna be bugging me all night. God damn it. Thanks, Deceit. It's like telling people that they are breathing. $9 from Tribe saying, I've loved your stream for a long time. Love you and what you do. You keep doing you, Dig. I will try. I will try. Thank you very much. $9 is incredibly generous. I appreciate it. Thank you for that support. Seriously. Phantom testicle syndrome. Oh god. $2 from Go Maha yourself. Hey Dick, been following and watching for about a year. You really helped me when I felt like I was alone. Keep up the great work. Hope everything is going well. Also, donation virginity is now gone. Another notch in my bedpost, baby. Thank you very much for that. I hate hearing how many of you I've helped, because I feel like I want to just hug you all. You know, I'm sorry for whatever's stressing you, hurting you, upsetting you. I'm sorry. I wish I could do more than just sit here. Wish I could give you a hug. I like hugs. Hugs make me feel better. I always feel bad. Feels bad, man. That's an emote, right? The frog. Rose is always using that one. Pretty sure that's an emote. You guys do it for me too, though. I said it earlier. This is not just the job that I happen to enjoy. It's my escape from reality. So thank you as well. Not only for the monetary support, but the emotional support. my divorce and all of that, man. You guys made it much easier. I streamed the night she left. And not because I'm an emotionless robot. I love you too, Robin. I'm gonna make you cry? Don't cry. Well, I get you can cry. I cry over inspirational things once in a while. It's not a good thing, though. You know, it's really not. The escape is bad. The fact that I'm avoiding responsibilities is bad. The fact that I didn't realize my Comcast hadn't been paid, that's bad. It's not good. But I think everybody needs something. There's always going to be bad shit going on. The reason I can smile on the same day I get divorced, and I use divorce because it's something you're all current with, not because it's, you know, a huge deal, but I mean, the day my best friend died was one of the funnest nights of my life. Because I understand bad shit happens all the time. But I can always... sometimes I think like, oh god, this is going to be the one that makes me depressed. Because I have this weird thing about depression. I don't understand it. And because I don't understand it, I'm constantly thinking about it. Like, am I going to get depressed this time? Is this going to be depression? So weird. I know. So weird. But no matter how bad it is, I can always find enough good shit in my life, something positive, to go, oh wait, I still have that. I've still got that. Yeah, this is happening, but I've still got that. 269 from the seat within. That was a metaphorical, since she's your... Oh, yeah. I know you didn't think she actually had my testicles. Mine was a joke, Deceit. We don't even understand each other, Deceit. You just throw money at me. $2 from Vinny McBoom. I just want to let you know that you and Cobalt inspired me to start my own stream. Good luck, Vinny. Just got my first big donation, and I feel like I should pass a bit of love. Keep going, man. Thank you, Vinny. I appreciate that. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Don't worry about the big donations. The high of the big donation is, I remember it like it was yesterday. Don't worry about it, man. Don't just look at those. Too many people get stuck on the big numbers. Don't do it. Enjoy every fucking follow, every dollar. You're lucky to have gotten it at all. 669 from Glass Sandwich. I still never forget when you told us your ex-wife took the light bulbs out of the stove. Blew my goddamn mind. You're my favorite, Dick, other than my own. Been around a long time and I'm staying. Glad to have you, Glass. You've been a great part of this stream, brother. And I love you. $5 from Otta Boy. Wonder. Merry holiday, my friend. The loss is ruining mine so far. So much death, so much R. What did I have for breakfast? I don't eat breakfast. Well, I guess technically I had pizza. I woke up and ate pizza. Maybe that's why I had a headache. $34.06. I'm sorry if I'm missing anything. I'm trying to continue to ramble. I knew I was gonna have one of these days when I started. I had an interesting morning. I woke up and did something I can't talk about, and it made me think a lot. So I knew I was going to have one of these days where we just discuss feels. I like it, though. I like it. I like to enjoy it. I'm glad that some of you also enjoy it. Well, thank you, Ginto. And I wish, again, man, that I could do more. I mean that. I love talking. I love it to a fault. I talk too much. People get mad at me, and I gotta ask why, and I've gotta fucking nag why, and I've gotta talk it out. I've gotta know everything. I talk too much. I love talking, and I wish I could spend time with every one of you in chat. I like to learn about people. I like to get to know people, ask weird personal questions about your family. I want to meet your mothers, all of your mothers, and not in a weird fuck your mother kind of way, but just in a get to know you. Boo too. Welcome to the ball sack, baby. I appreciate that support. And Lazim gave me $1. I already have done it and had to do it again. The way you talk about man of the game is how I view you. You're a big inspiration to me as a streamer, especially from a guy with a similar upbringing. Keep it up. Well, thank you, Lazim. Thank you. Appreciate that. Good luck to you, my friend. It's not easy. It's not easy to succeed on Twitch. I don't have a perfect success method. I want to write a book and sell it for millions, but there really isn't one. I do believe that you have it or you don't. I think to really hit it big, if you want to be as big as Cobalt or somebody like that, you either have it or you don't. I don't think it's something you can force. I've seen people try. It's very rare that a guy 3 years later finally takes off. I do believe that most people could do it for some financial effect. But if you want to make 6 digits, not everybody can do that. I'm definitely one to tell you, can't do that. 169 from Techie. If you're talking about flicking the man bean, I think it's fine you mention it. Man, what? There's no bean flicking happening at all. All right, Durandal, I'll take you up on that. Most people could do for a bit of extra. Yeah, for sure. I'm sure. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Dick, I love you and your casts. Even when there's blank chat? Oh, shit chat. Yeah, sometimes we have shit chat. I know. So, fuck, don't. Why can't I get all feelsy without you guys just throwing money at me like some sort of dirty hooker? Alright, throw your money at me. Fine. It's probably gonna be a slow month, so. I love to be a shitbag. I love it. Deep down inside, it gets my rocks off. Oh. Oh my god, I can't. Now I gotta pause the game. I love falling asleep and waking up and you're still going. You cheer me up. I'm always happy to see you, so thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm always happy to see that there's people wanting to watch. $50 from Silver Lumion. Totally lurking you forever. Here's to big hugs and talking down big donations. Amount is irrelevant. My wife loves you as well. The fact that women watch me blows my mind. Women hate me. $1 from Gene. Gene. Old viewer. You're ancient. You're like a grandma. After all this time, this is why I still come back. Even when I'm too busy to watch or too poor for a sub, this is why I love your stream. Thank you, Gene. And $10 from Guyber. 2 months after I subbed to you, my father passed. Oh. I love you, Guyver. I'm sorry, man. I'm incredibly sorry. My father is a very big part of my life, and I look up to him tremendously, and I do not know how I'll handle that one. I said that I can always find happiness somewhere, but my father has changed me and inspired me to be better and continues to inspire me to be better almost every single day. Mainly because he's so shitty himself, but I love him for it. I love him for it. He called me the other day. Or no. I'm sorry. I gotta tell this story again. It's fucked up. It's the right time. No one can be listening. I got a call from his girlfriend one time. The other day. Well, it's the other day. Let's say the truth. I'm just worried about someone hearing and getting shitty. But anyway. His girlfriend called me the other day. And she said, I'm sorry, but I know this is weird, but I've got to ask you. I spent the night with your father. And she of course got a little weird at saying that. She's like, with your father. And I was like, okay. And she's like, well, when I woke up, there was a used condom in bed. We didn't use a condom. He said that you put it there as some sort of sick joke. I kid you not. I kid you not. That's my life. I kid you not. I was blown away. I was stunned. And normally I because I know my father is a scumbag, skeezy womanizer. Always has been, always will be. Yarn before farm. Thank you very much for that subscription. I appreciate that tremendously. Always has been, always will be a scumbag, my father, when it comes to the women. He just I don't know, man. I don't know. I always hope that he's gonna find someone that just straightens him out, makes him realize how big of a shitter he's been. But anyway, that was like the weirdest low, I guess. And secondly, why me? Why of all people me? Not his friends, not one of his scumbag biker buddies. Me. I'm the guy that he believes she will think would actually do something like that. I'm so scummy that I would be the guy to hide a fake used condom. I'm just blown away. Blown away by that one. $169 from Anonymous because you're our dirty hooker. Thank you, Anonymous. Who does that? So anyway, I couldn't back him. And normally I would have backed him. I'm not gonna lie. I've said some things to women for him because I know he's a scumbag, and I know that it makes him happy. And I feel bad being the one to be an asshole, but I couldn't back him. I just said, I'm sorry, but I'm not doing this, and I hung up on her. So I busted him. Some of you will probably be disappointed in me for not taking the blame for my father. But on that one, I just couldn't take the blame. I couldn't do it. That was too far. Too far. I like Vermintide. I really like Vermintide. And if Cunt Force doesn't finish it, I'm finishing it. Because I really enjoy it. Like, I've been doing those Cunt Force streams, and they're getting all burned out a little bit. But I'm like, fucking, let's hammer shit. Do I think there's any way to tell whether or not you have it when it comes to streaming? Nope. I don't think there's any way I could. No, because there's guys that I see, and I'm like, wow, he's different. But he just happened to find, he happened to have what people were looking for at that time in that genre, in that experience. Was good. So I don't know. It's not just the social butterflies that succeed here on Twitch. It's not the guy with a ton of energy. I mean, I can be straight up stale some days, and people still sit here. I don't get it. $5 from Loyal Ace. You helped me with my... God, man. I'm sorry, Loyal. and you've been a great part of this stream. So thank you for being here, Loyal. There is quite a bit of luck involved in being successful. I like to use the air quotes because everyone has their own opinion of success on Twitch. There's someone who's once said that success, once told me that they didn't want to be as big as me because I wasn't successful. They wanted to be as big as someone like Lyric. Someone said that once. So I air quote success always on Twitch, and I always will because of that one man. Summer, thank you for 6 months. It's been longer than that, hasn't it? Summer, much longer. I appreciate that. But I thought I was successful at 300 viewers. That's never going to change. I have too many friends in this world, this Twitch world, that are trying to get to 50 viewers, 100 viewers. To get over 500 viewers, you're in a very small world. You're in a very elite community compared to the number of people trying every day. Didn't I beat Lyric in viewers once? Yep. While we were playing the same game. That's the important part. I'll always have that. I'll never do better than that. That's it. That's the pinnacle of my achievement. One time, Lyric was streaming Isaac, and I was streaming Isaac, and I beat him. One time. That's it. I messaged the Twitch staff. Do I get like a shirt or a jacket, a patch that says you beat Lyric? They didn't respond. They didn't think it was appropriate, apparently. I took a screenshot. I'm not rolling the one. I can't do it. This build's good. Yeah, I agree. Consistently having a couple hundred people. But it really is. Success really is how you look at it. There are people that are bigger than me that still want a lot more. And I understand that. I totally understand shooting for that. Anyone in this channel that doesn't realize the ability to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year as a streamer is possible. It's incredibly rare. You're into the 0.1% of streamers, but it is possible. And I understand people that want to reach for that's what they're going for. I get that. I don't hold that against them. Nothing wrong with wanting to make money. Nothing wrong with wanting to make money. Hi, Eric Ford. Thank you for subscribing, and welcome to the ball sack. I appreciate that so much, my friend. And you know, I've said this about my own stream, and I don't want to say it here because it's gonna make it sound like I'm some dirty, money-grubbing scumbag. But in my opinion, this is my pro sports. I just said it. I said I wasn't going to say it, and I said it. This is my pro sports, and I don't mean it in the financial sense, but in the sense of this is something that very, very few people will ever succeed at, and it's not gonna last forever. I won't be able to do this until I'm 60. This is my pro sports. Plain and simple. And for some people, it's also financially their pro sports. You know, an entry-level NHL player, since I'm wearing a Red Wings hoodie, makes $300,000 a year. Last time I paid attention to hockey stats, which was before I started streaming. So maybe it's gone up a little bit, but still. There are people on Twitch who make that much money. So I'll do it as long as I can do it. As long as I'm enjoying it and as long as I can do it, I'll do it. I mean, it's the internet, boys and girls. I don't use MySpace anymore, do you? For all we know, YouTube takes over and Twitch streamers can't make that transition. For all we know, Hitbox takes over and we can't make that transition because there's already established streamers there. I mean, odds are in our favor that eventually Twitch is going to die. It's the internet. There's only a few websites that have lasted forever, is in the sense that the internet is young. Google, eBay, Amazon, that have been around since they started and continue to be successful since they started. Take it easy, Dylan. Twitch seems different than a lot of internet sites. I mean, again, I'm not... People always think I'm negative. And I don't find myself negative. I'm realistic. But when I say that, I mean, I'm not afraid to look at the negative. I'm not afraid... I said earlier, I'm not afraid when Isaac stops being a game people want to watch. People ask me, I get that message all the time, you know. Aren't you terrified Isaac's gonna die and your stream's gonna die? I don't want to lose your stream. No, I'm not. I've been planning for Isaac to die since I started streaming. It's not negative, it's realistic. And I believe as long as I've been on the internet, that there's a very good chance Twitch could die out. And even if it doesn't die out, even if the site remains popular, I think the gap of like, I don't want to say this. The gap between streamers could become so large, where the majority, it's already that way, but even bigger than it is, where there's only a very, very limited number of people who are actually making money. As it continues to get more and more popular, better talent's going to show up, including, we've already seen celebrities. We've already seen things like Bob Ross. We've seen Snoop Dogg. So many others that we as average Joes could wash out. So I think there's a lot of different ways that the idea of me continuing to stream not being not happening is it's pretty likely. I do not think it's too late for new popular streamers to emerge. People said that when I started. The big one when I started was variety casters cannot make a living on Twitch. And yes, I play a lot of Isaac, but I haven't played Isaac in I don't know how long. And honestly, we did great. We did fine. Yeah, Snoop Dogg streamed for like 6,000 people. First day, 6,000 people because of Snoop Dogg. Those are the things that I think are possible killers of me doing this as a job. Honestly, though, I think at this point, I would keep doing it. I would cut way back because I would have to have a job. But I think I would keep doing it. The connections I've made here with people, viewers included. Some of you may not even realize how close I think I am with you, like Deceit, Dagish. So many. I'm not going to get into names. I just started doing D's. I was going to go down D names, but so many of these viewers that I feel like genuinely are part of my life. It's no different than my days of World of Warcraft. I still talk to the 8 or 9 people that were invested in my World of Warcraft guild. One of them watches almost every night. They become a part of my life. Beyond just a viewer, they become a part of my life. Oh my god, dude, I could not see that fly. I was so confused. Definitely want to do the worms, Herpa. It could go both ways, but again, Briz, I think preparing for the worst. I think that's the scariest thing to start streaming is this job that I have gives you nothing for your future as far as you putting this on a resume. The best thing you could put is self-employed. I was self-employed for 4 years. So you understand business. But it doesn't, it's not something you put really on a resume. I played video games on the internet and people liked watching me. It's not going to help me become a weatherman. Even though I've got all this time in front of a green screen, we're going to have a storm blowing in here from the east, and it's going to be hitting Chicago by about 4:30. Better bring an umbrella. I'm doing a terrific job. Yeah. My dad wanted to be a weatherman. Anyway. Do it because you think you'd enjoy it. And I've said that before and people think when I say that I mean don't expect success. Don't shoot for the moon. Shoot for the fucking moon. You want to stream for a living? You think it's something that you'd be good at and that you would love fucking doing? Go for it. Don't spend a fucking bunch of money. Don't fuck your life up over it. Don't give up a fellowship. I've been watching too much Grey's Anatomy. But you get my point. I was in a position where I had nothing to lose. I had nothing to lose. Literally. But I was making a living before I spent $1 on my stream. Because I couldn't afford it otherwise. I couldn't gamble. My daughter was born. I couldn't gamble on, well, it'll pay for itself eventually. I couldn't gamble on that. I couldn't take that option. I didn't spend $1 until I had an extra $1. Most of you already have a webcam. Or you already have a microphone. You don't need a Blue Yeti. You don't need a green screen. Go watch my original highlights. My favorite one is where I choke on my Arizona Energy. Just because you guys know I choke on my drink every single night. We'll go back 2 years ago to Dick chokes on his drink. I literally turned on my stream. The minute someone said something in chat, I choked on my drink. And spit it all over my monitor. I didn't have a green screen. I had a $30... I had a Turtle Beach from my Xbox. Like, an Xbox. Not even 360. From my... Maybe it was 3. Either way. It was an Xbox Turtle Beach during that stream. I had a $30 Logitech camera that I used for Skyping into work calls already. The Turtle Beach sounded great, dude. I swapped from a Turtle Beach, from my fucking shit Turtle Beach, to a $160 Logitech, and everyone said, wow, your new mic sounds like shit. Turtle Beaches, they're not comfortable. They don't sound that great for you, but their microphones are decent. They really are decent. $5 from parts unknown. Be the weatherman. That's always missing the rain in Africa. Oh, now I want to listen to music. Why you do this? Because, I mean, like, Witwix is a good example. Witwix, and again, for the guy who said, we keep getting off on tangents so bad, I'm not even making the points I intend to make when I get started. But the guy asked earlier about new streamers succeeding. Witwix started after me. He has told me that I was part of the reason he wanted to do it and part of his inspiration. And Witwix came in with the plan to succeed. There was no other option. He was going to be a Twitch streamer. He's not only a Twitch streamer, he's a very, very well-known, successful Twitch streamer. One of the best. One of the best for sure. So, go for it. Jinx, thank you for the 6 months in a row. I appreciate that tremendously. That's also why I give the Rich Wix thing and the Witwix thing, is because at one point in my life, Witwix looked up to me, and then he went, see ya. And I love him. I love him for it. But I gotta give him shit as well. He gives me plenty, don't worry. Oh yeah, I mean, Witwix is a genius, legitimate genius. So it's a little different in Witwix's scenario. That really is my point about Rich Wix. It's not just the fact that Witwix beats me at video games. It's that Witwix is exceptionally intelligent, which has led him to be amazing broadcaster, amazingly successful, and also really good at video games. That's why I started the Rich Wix, is because, yeah, most of us won't be Witwix. He is, and I don't just mean that on Twitch, I mean that in life. You will not be a Witwix. Gryfonger, thank you for the 5 months in a row, I appreciate that. Do I still have the unicorn background? Oh yeah. It's not on my OBS, but I still have it saved. 169 from Anonymous. I agree with you. Things do come and go, and Isaac may die, but us viewers come for your beer. Well, that's true, but nobody is wrong about saying when Isaac dies, you'll die. In a lot of people's eyes, I will die. I'm already past my prime in a lot of people's eyes. The minute the Afterbirth marathon ended, I went as far as reputation. But again, it's what you consider successful. I consider myself incredibly successful. Incredibly. But I'm not looking to make 6 digits. It's not something I'm shooting for. Would I love to make 6 digits for my daughter? Of course. Of course. But I know I don't need to make 6 digits to give my daughter a good life. To give my daughter a great life where I live. But I love you, whoever you are, Anonymous, that you do watch me for whatever I play and not just for one game. But that being said, you know, yeah, there's a very large portion of players who need a certain game and a certain streamer. There's no denying that. Nothing wrong with that. I understand that. I can't watch Cobalt play Isaac. I just can't do it. Does nothing for me in the slightest. When Cobalt's playing something else, I watch. Six digits is higher than management at Costco. It's a lot higher than that around here. I'm in a very, very cheap location, so I know that my idea of success is smaller than most, you know. I legitimately have been trying to purchase a house for $39,000. For the last 2 weeks, I've been trying to get a fucking bank to loan me some money so I can buy a house for $39,000. It's 1,100 square feet. It's 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. It has a brand new heater, central air, a basement. It needs some work. It's probably worth... Or it probably needs $10,000, $15,000. It's not nice. It's a 70s remodel. It's not nice. But even maxed out with nice counters and tile floors and the whole 9 yards, it's only worth $75,000. When I work in the house, I can stream creative. Yeah, I mean, lots of people's cars, more than that. The house I currently live in, I used to own, and I bought it for $69,000. It's 2 bathrooms, 3 bedrooms, 1,500 square feet, fenced-in yard, a lot and a half in town. I live in a very cheap, poor area. It's not bad. It's just there's nothing here. There's no work here. The closest city is 30 minutes away, and it's not a very big city. There's no work. So property is low. But yeah, I mean, if I lived in, I couldn't live in LA. Am I done with Shipwrecked? I'm going to be waiting for some more content, I think, at this point. I might jump back if I feel the addiction to call. And I've been playing together with Grizz and my brother. I'm going to continue that, but I think Shipwrecked is on break for a minute. The problem is, Blaze It, it's a small city, though. There's no real jobs there. Yeah, you can go work at Best Buy and Walmart and all those little bullshit things. But to get a real job at a real business, it's really hard to do in my area. That's why property value is low. Yeah. 7, 8 years ago, whenever the fucking market crashed, people were buying houses for, you know, $5,000. Livable homes. And the fucked up part is banks won't loan right now, so rent is so high. So high. And I can't borrow money right now. It's a motherfucker. I haven't been streaming long enough to consider myself a reliable source of income. Goddamn banks. No, I understand, but I'm still salty. Yeah, the new place does have a backyard for Harley. It does indeed. I think... Cautious Fern, you saying that... I'm going to read it out here so you know what I'm commenting on. He says... My perspective on life is great. I know what I want. I do know what I want. And maybe I'm setting that bar a little low, but it's you guys have helped me set my bar so much higher than it ever was. So much higher than it ever was. And I appreciate that. I really do owe you guys so much, as my community so much. You have definitely helped me reach for more for my child and for me, so... Thank you. I'm financially sound. I won't lie about it. I can't lie to you guys about it. Like I make enough to survive, no problem. I'm not saying that I have money hidden in my mattress or I'd be able to buy a $30,000 house, obviously. But for me to be able to pay my bills without having to fucking worry about which one's gonna be late means I'm doing well. Because I grew up in a family that did that, and I grew up, as I became an adult, I did the same. Like, well, obviously electricity's gotta be paid. It's winter. We need heat. So let's let the fucking TV slide this month, and next month we'll take care of the TV. That's how I grew up. Ragex, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. So the fact that I don't ever, or I haven't had to do that in a while, I mean, fuck. Hardest and scariest part about being a parent, my wife and I just adopted and got custody about a week ago. Oh my god. We still plan on giving birth, just curious. Hardest and scariest part about being a parent. Honestly, for me, the scariest part about being a parent is I'm just constantly worried about the child. I mean, you listen to her breathe, you especially with an infant. I don't know how old the kid is you adopted, so it may be a little different for you. You may have, I don't know your situation with your adoption there, but with a brand new infant, literally you can't sleep. You just listen, and did she just stop breathing? It's full panic, and then they start to crawl, and they're grabbing things, and I know that this is something that people always say, and it sounds like I'm phoning in my answer, but it's true. It's full panic, and then they start walking, and you're... One of my dad's best friends, his brother fell off a porch and is a quadriplegic. And my dad told me that when I was way too young. But that's all I can think. Every time and still, I'm not as bad as I was, and I understand at 2.5 years old, there's just no stopping her from running. But I still, in the back of my mind, am terrified she's going to fall over and hit her head. And that's going to be GG. That's it. Game over. She bumped her fucking head. Just the fucking bonk. Is the game volume still high? Okay, I'm sorry. The Jennifer, thank you for subscribing. Welcome. Appreciate that support, my friend. That's the most terrifying and scariest part for me. Hardest part? Because that's not that hard. It's terrifying, and your heart races all the time. But the hardest part is feeling like a good parent. There's going to be times where you just say, God damn it, this was a mistake. You're going to say it. I've said it. Parents always act like you can't say that. Oh my God, you're terrible if you say that. God's going to smite your child if you say that. M2D_, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the Ballsack. But it's the truth. There's going to be times where you're going to just have to hand your child off to your wife and say, I can't deal. I can't do it. Doesn't make you a bad parent. It makes you fucking human. And it takes a long time to realize that. You got to do things, and sometimes you got to miss things. And I've missed Halloween 2 years in a row because fucking Isaac always releases on Halloween. I hate it. Because I'm only going to get so many Halloweens before she's going to go trick-or-treating with her friends. And Halloween is fun. But you gotta do it. I'm not a bad parent. That's the hardest part. Reminding yourself that you're not a bad parent. And you are much better. I mean, they teach you that as well if you take any parenting classes. When you start to get frustrated, just set her down and walk away even. Put her in her crib and leave the room. Even though it sounds terrible to do that to an infant, it's better than you getting mad at her. That's how fucking shaken baby syndrome happened. Stop crying! That's how it happens. It's scary and fucked up, but good parents do it. My daughter's birthday is December 27th. This chat's a bunch of middle-aged men. It seems like it tonight. Thank you guys. I enjoyed our talk so far tonight. I appreciate it. I needed this today. Not that I had a really bad day, but I was being hard on myself earlier, so I appreciate it. I judged somebody for something that for a long time, I've been judging somebody for something they do, for who they are. And today I realized that I do it too. Which isn't that big of a deal, but it's something important. So anyway, you know, I will say, before you judge somebody, really make sure that you're better than them. Because the last thing you want to do is look down on a motherfucker and realize that you're actually standing right next to them. You're on the same